And I'm back. Very sorry about that little bit of bullshit there. I always underestimate how much time I'm going to need to prepare a drink. Especially when it's the devil's brew, because that takes longer to make. There we go. All mods used? Really? Oh my lord. Let's go and check in on that. Also, while I'm here, thank you very much to Nebula Bomb for the 18 months, to Shadow for the 28 months, and to Ladybug Isabel for the 3 months. Thank you so much. 3 months at tier 2. My lord. Thank you so much. 3rd month, 2nd best month, and hooray! Apparently, Casa can in fact run Civ 6. That is absolutely amazing. I'm so glad, sweetheart. I know how disappointed you were when you couldn't run that. That is awesome. Which does also mean potential for some collabs in the future. Right then, did anyone die? Doesn't look like it. This is good news. I can get a wart seed if I particularly want it. Maybe. Yeah, buff. You're squeamish. Operate. Nah, I don't really want. I'll take the omelets though. Let's grab those. Always bold to leave a game like this unpaused. I know. I was dancing with death there, I know. But it's fine. It's fine. We're okay. All is well. I will have to fix this as a fairly high priority, though. But first, definitely first, let's try and get the digging, the building, etc. done as soon as we can. Let's get that done there. The hatch ranch, I can be on a 4. We won't get to that one anytime soon. Quite a lot of oxygen getting down here because it's pumping a decent amount out through that area. It's also pumping out, you know, quite a lot of CO2, but that's getting consumed at the very least. Though with only... You think maybe I should have 2 of these? I'm starting to think maybe I should have 2. Let's consider that option, shall we? It's quite a lot of CO2 down here, you know. Yeah. And we're running out of power. It's because that one's run out of coal. Yeah, this is not good. Let's see what we can do about this, eh? Hopefully we can get this sorted reasonably fast. You know what? For the time being, I'm going to shut this down so we save a little bit of power with that. But I really don't want to have to go to like 6 coal plants. I would rather an alternate source of power before then. Like long before then, actually. Really? You decided to go to sleep in your suit? Why would... What? No, take it off! Why are you so dumb? You couldn't breathe in it. Why are you in here? Oh my lord. Take off the suit. You bunch of derps. I mean, you know, to be fair, that is actually what you are. No. Oh, right, of course. I disabled this while they were in the suits. Okay, my fault, I guess. Deliver suits. I would have thought they would have still taken it off, though. I mean, come on. That's hardly much to imagine. I just can't get the help these days. You really can't. Right. I would like this made as a 7. Let's get that on the go. Cookie dabber. Fantastic, Ladybug Isabel. I love it. I really do. Sorry, I actually missed reading your subscription message. That still brings me so much joy. You're covered in Swordin's ferrets. This sounds joyous, actually. There we go. I would like... Thimble reeds. Let's get it going. Wait. No, that is fine. For the moment there, that looked like the ghosted image of heavy wire. I was like, why am what? But no, we're fine. Hopefully we can get this done, but it is taking a while. No mistake. Man, the job to come down here and use the refinery is a pretty nasty one. Selfie, take care. Enjoy the ferret cuddles. Some coal in there I can get to. That's a water geyser. I could just have that leaking down here. And water would never be an issue for us. Anything that requires water to run, to grow, all of that would be grand. Now, on the plus side, the oxygen up here is breathable. It's a little bit toasty, but it's breathable. This is what I was hoping those suits would help you with, but alas, I just don't have enough of them yet. We'll get there in time. There we go. Perfect. This is working wonderfully. And between the two of them, they should be stripping out the CO2 rather quickly. Well, so that being said, it is topping up, but I think they are overall pulling the CO2 down. Now, you little uns should be enjoying your food, producing plenty of phosphorite, which means our Weezewater will be constantly fertilized, which is always good. I would like... Oh, no. I would like one. One will do. Okay, starting to get there now. Over here, how am I going to hook this up? If I'm perfectly honest, I imagine I'm going to need a gas filter. The only gas I want is going to be natural gas. Actually, how about I position this a little bit higher up? There we go. Like so. Then we'll cut that. We want this to be entering at the top here, so we'll move that. And we'll just have this output it just there. We don't really need it anywhere else. We are going to want a door. We are going to want it to be a manual lock. We don't need to worry about the heat, I don't think. That being said, 150 degrees is nothing to sniff at. So maybe we do want to worry about the heat. Cancel this. We'll go with the same sort of cladding that I've got elsewhere. That is one tile around the whole structure. But I'm not going to worry too much about the setup in here. What I'm going to need is a ladder going all the way up. Because ultimately I want the gas vent around here so that I can, in the end, wall this off into a much smaller, more compact setup. To to that end, I might even want the ladder. Only to go up this far and then come up from there. Let's try something like that. Because the highest we can have the lowest we can have the roof is there. Which means I'm going to need to be able to cross over here. So we'll cancel that out. That'll be an eventual build for us. I suppose I could put that in now, though. The gas pump would be there and there if we wanted to be able to pull out the maximum amount of gas in any particular period of time. And so we'd have something like this, with gas coming down from each gas pump. Now, at 150 degrees, I'm going to need these made out of something that can withstand that kind of temperature. The options for which are... That would only give me 125. I'm going to need steel. Poop. I hadn't even considered that. Alright. Either that or I need to pump it out so fast that it is never going to reach the kind of amount in there necessary to cause me a problem. But honestly, I think it's probably easier for me to just go and grab the iron ore out of various of these biomes. Got any iron ore over there? No. Any iron over there? No. Got some iron ore there, but only a trickle. Now, there will be iron ore on the surface of the asteroid that's been deposited by impacts. We've got some iron ore in there and amongst the diamond. But I am not seeing any other easily accessed iron ore. There's a little bit in here. Actually, there's a few bits and bobs here. We may be able to get in there. How would I like to breach, though? It's a tricky one. Probably going to come down here, honestly. And then dig across. Once we've got the suits up, that's going to be a much easier job for us to do. Yeah, I'd need so much energy consumption to keep the natural gas flowing and cool. I don't think you'd reach that. I mean, I could reach it with storage. But that's the only way I could do it early on. I'm not too worried about the heat from the gas spreading too much, if I'm perfectly honest, because it's already so hot anyway. But you may be right. You may well be right. What I'll probably allow to happen is I'll likely allow this to be built, and then I'll replace it as the time comes, because we're gonna be much closer to that. But ooh, oh, no, that's CO2. Well, the CO2 will be hot too. That's a pain. But all right. I want that to run more than this. I like a lot more. I want the coal to only run when it's getting particularly low. But we are we actually out of coal? Oh my lord, we are out of coal. How on earth? I was really hoping that we'd have been able to breach the coal in time, but it doesn't appear so. Okay. Well, that's actually an enormously big problem. Well, time for us to massively promote the priorities over here, then. I am actually quite shocked with our struggles to get just coal right now. Yeah, panic mode, really. Without coal, we are in a deep, deep, deep problem. Now, usually I'm far more aggressive with my use of hatches at this point. This wouldn't have been an issue. But, you know. Now, there's another thing that I could do. That is oil wells. Oil refinery. Do I not have oil wells? Zoom in. No, I should have oil well. Is it under stations? No. Utilities? Oil well. Okay, so I could build it there. Though it's probably not going to work particularly well due to the being flooded there. So I'll probably build one over here. Now, let's try and get some coal first. I'll allow that to be the primary. On the plus side, coal. Yes. Stream of luck continues to flow through me. That was pure 100% RNG win. Perfect. Truly grand. I am greatly happy about this. Greatly happy. Ice melted. Just a bit of runoff ice melt there. Let's slow this down just so I can see what's happening. So it's coming in at a mixture of 42, 25. Some of it coming through here is above 28, but by the time it leaves, it's down to 14.5. So at this point, everything is in the 10 to 15 temperature range. Which means that this place is doing quite well for itself. As is this one. Perfect. Loads of coal underneath my first 2 coal plants. That's dirt, I'm afraid. The auto sweeper would have picked anything up from around there. No worries, Zhang. Thanks for the tip, though. It may well have been coal. You don't know until you check. Oop. Well, you know what? Let's just go straight up. That's giving us a little bit of more of a glimpse of this area, and I can see there's a tiny bit of coal over here that I would be quite interested in reaching. That'll do. Grab all the useful materials we can from there. Not going to worry too much about that one, but for the time being, we've got our coal back up and running. I need to get the iron, though. There's iron over there that I can hook into. There's some oil here, but I'm... Well, to be honest, if I let that run out anyway, I'll eventually be able to get at it and take care of it. I do have peeps who can dig into the abyssalite, so that should generally be fine. So let's go ahead and take that risk. Let's dig through here. Grab some of the fossil on the way. All the way across here. Grab this coal as well. So yeah, doing a bunch of things that I should have done a long time ago at this point. Emptying out these areas of their riches, being one of them. Yeah, let's go all the way up and see what we can see. Any other iron around there? No. So I'm not going to worry too much about that then. We just need to get the iron that's available. We'll eventually core the whole place out. Except for the abyssalite I've had to dig through. But for now, let's just try and get that coal. That's actually crazily high priority at this point. Have I got any more reed fiber? Yes, I do. Marvellous. Let's get a little bit more of these then. There we go. Should hopefully get all of these suits hooked up now. That area over there I just want worked on right now. Again, I'm not going to use priority 9 for anything but an actual emergency. At that point, priority 9 is free to me, even if I've set up a bunch of places with a priority 8 order. The priority 9 will still be available for me to get something absolutely critical done. A little bit of iron in there. How much iron should we have from over here? Now, I believe I'm only going to end up with half of this, so it's 200 kilos. 200 kilos, 200 kilos. Yeah, there's easily enough over there for me to build the, well, at least one gas pump that I want. You can make ethanol, sorry, not absinthe. You can make ethanol from wood in this as well. It's actually quite a useful element, ethanol. It's particularly good in cooling because it's got such a low freezing point. Not a particularly high boiling point, but a very, very low freezing point, which makes it very useful for a number of projects. Use a mod that gives you a different amount of resources based on the duplicants digging skill. That's actually pretty cool, Zangiri. Though it sort of breaks the law a little bit. The whole idea of the mining gun is that it wastes material. It's not based on who's using it. It's based on the fact that the design of that item is that it breaks, that it loses material. Let's get rid of those ladders. projects like keeping vodka in the freezer. I mean, yeah, sure. Let's have a look at this. Oh, you're not doing too bad, actually. Though you're going for the wrong useful resources. I'd much rather you go for the coal, but alright. $215 kilos is not going to last as long at all. Not with 2 aqua tuners on the grill. Sadly. Now, if we crack in here, there'll be a lot of coal available to us. But again, we really want to get the ability to make steel before then. I was far, far too relaxed in getting hatches up and running properly. Largely because I was hoping not to rely on them as much as I usually do. But the moment I started playing with aqua tuners, yeah, I should have realized that that was going to be an issue for me. That being said, we are actually getting the temperature of this whole area going pretty nicely. New printables. We'll take the walled seed, though I don't intend to do much with it. What's the plan with all the empty space? Which empty space in particular are you talking about? There's quite a lot around the place, actually. I haven't decided about this. This was largely me coring out a glacier. I needed the chill more than I needed anything else. Everyone is showing up now. Yes, I'm very sorry about the soggy feet. Unfortunately, it's kind of going to be an occupational hazard when you're walking around in an area where a glacier is currently in the process of liquefying. But, you know. It's the polluted water that melts first because it can remain a liquid down to -20. What about the pit of water? Again, it's the product of a glacier. Right now, I'm just using this pit of water as a pit of water, and as basically an energy sponge for my aqua tuners. But we're not that well. Actually, no, we're a reasonably decent way away from the surface. Now, there's iron over there. What would be grand is if I had some bunker tiles or something that I could place to allow me access up there just to clear up and grab as much of the falling materials as I could. That would be quite useful. Runaway Maverick, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime, mate. Yeah, I know bunker tiles is even more steel, so I need the iron. Though, in the short term, I could just tunnel out through the Abyssalite. Just put a couple of doors to prevent any gas escaping, though honestly, it doesn't actually hurt me to allow it to. And then just get out there, try and just clear up as much of this as I can. And never, ever, ever, ever let them store regolith in the base. Eventually, we'll set up a steam turbine that is powered by the regolith. That will be my goal. That will be my goal. If I can create a little nook that has got a sweepy that just wanders out, gathers up a bunch of regolith from a couple of auto miners, brings it back, it gets swept up and passed through a steam room until it's dropped temperature like below 120 C, then filtered into another area, which is like some sort of tank of probably ethanol, actually, that is being kept cool by an aqua tuner in the steam room as well, So the regolith will just help prime the steam ready to be used by the steam turbine. The aqua tuna will keep the ethanol pool chilled at all time. And then the regolith just gets washed around in a circuit inside the ethanol until it's a reasonable temperature. Then it gets dumped out into the base as useful filtration medium. Though I'd probably use a smart container for that. If there isn't enough filtration medium available to me, so like regular sand, then wash some regolith in the ethanol for a bit until it's cold enough. Otherwise, probably just feed it to shove bowls. As is. Have the shovels consume it, and then when they die, grab the meat, turn it into barbecue.